Welcome to Eerie Echoes. I'm Che, and tonight we're diving into one of those stories that sounds like a horror movie, but it's all real. Picture this: Los Angeles in the late 50s. Neon lights, Hollywood dreams, young women chasing stardom. Everyone wants to be discovered, to be seen, and then comes this person. Harvey Glatman, born 1927, Bronx kid, raised in Denver. From the outside, he's quiet and awkward. On the inside, he has an obsession. He is obsessed with ropes, knots, tying things up, tying himself up. By 12, he's choking himself for kicks. By his teens, he's breaking into houses to steal lingerie. He gets arrested more than once. Judges call him mentally unstable. Psychiatrists say he's got sexual perversions. He spends time in prison, gets out, and moves to California. On paper, he's a TV repairman, but Harvey's got other plans. It's LA, 1957, a city full of dreamers. Harvey figures out the perfect trick for this. He pretends to be a photographer. He calls up women who place ads in modeling agencies or lonely hearts clubs. Always very polite, always very calm, and he just says, "I work for a crime magazine, I pay good money just for a quick shoot." And once the women are in his car or in his apartment, there's no way out. August 1st, 1957, Judith Dole, a 19-year-old single mom. She needs money. She's desperate for money. She wants a modeling break. Harvey tells her it's for a detective magazine shots. She goes along. In his Hollywood apartment, he pulls out a revolver. Judith freezes. You can imagine, you're going to take a few pictures, maybe enhance your resume, and this photographer just pulls out a gun. He tells her she has to be tied up for the pictures. His voice is very calm, almost businesslike. He's literally playing the role of a photographer. He ties her wrists, her ankles, perfect knots, very tight and precise. Then he takes the photos, flash after flash. And here's the chilling thing. In those pictures, you can see her fear literally building up as the time goes on. At first, she's very stiff, then wide-eyed, then almost, giving up. She became aware of the situation and she gave up to the situation, which is the worst thing you can ever see in your life. Hours later, he loops the rope around her neck and starts slowly pulling very steadily. She kicks, she claws at the air, but his grip does not slip. Like we said, he's been practicing with rope since he was a kid, so he's very good at it and very good with it. So when she goes limp, he still takes more pictures. And that night he drives into the desert, digs a shallow grave near Indio, and just leaves her there for the sand to hide. This was the story of Judith Dole, and not long after, just a year after, he goes on to his next victim, Shirley Ann Bridgeford, on March 1958. Shirley, who was a 24 single mom, answers an ad in a Lonely Hearts Club. Harvey, using a fake name, he promised her He promises her a dinner and some dancing. She puts on her best outfit, expecting music and lights and fun. Instead, he drives her out past San Diego into the dark mountains. She probably realizes it too late that she's not actually going dancing. And out comes the gun as usual, his usual memo, and then the rope. He ties her up out in the wilderness, gags her, poses her for hours under the cold night sky. He snaps the usual pictures. Her wrists start bleeding actually as she struggles, but the knots won't budge. He sexually assaulted her. He takes more pictures and then finally strangles her with his rope. Actually, Shirley Ann fought hard, but it's no use. He dumps her body under some bushes, and unfortunately, animals get to her before people do. In the same year, in July 1958, he finds his next victim, who is Ruth Mercado, 24-year-old from New York. She's adventurous, she's very open, thought she was meeting a photographer. Harvey drives her into the desert, and unlike the others, he doesn't kill her right away. He keeps her alive for almost a full day, ties her up, unties her, reties her, forcing her into poses, snapping picture after picture. The desert sun beats down, her skin bruises purple from the rope, and the photos show the progression. She's annoyed, she's scared, then exhausted, and eventually broken. He rapes her repeatedly. Then, as night falls, he finishes it and rope around her throat. One last set of photos, and she's gone. He dumps her near where Shirley lay. Two women just a few miles apart, bound by the same story. When cops found those photographs later on, one detective said it was like watching someone die in slow motion. It's not gory, it's not bloody, just faces going from hopeful to terrified to lifeless, and that's what stuck with them. I can imagine that those pictures are horrifying. You know, they would give you the creeps, and they would just scare the hell out of you. Going on to the last victim, have met Harvey on October 1958. Harvey calls another woman, Lorraine Vigil. He tries the same trick, but this time, as he's tying her, she fights back. She screams, and a passing highway patrolman spots the struggle, pulls over, and Harvey pulls a gun. There's a scuffle, but Lorraine escapes, and Harvey is arrested right then and there. At the station, he confesses everything. He was very calm, almost proud of his achievements. He leads the police to the bodies. Unlike other serial killers, he hands over the photographs, and at trial, he doesn't beg for his life. He says, "Don't try to save me, I'd just do it again." He knew that he couldn't, and he would not control himself. On September 18th, 1959, which is almost a year later, Harvey Glatman sits in San Quentin's gas chamber, and minutes later, he's just gone. So yeah, that was Harvey Glatman. On the surface, just a quiet repairman with a camera. Underneath, he's a predator who used people's dreams against them. His case is still studied today, not because of how many victims he had, but because of the photographs. They're not just evidence, they're like a timeline of terror. Proof that evil doesn't always scream. Sometimes it smiles, promises you a photo shoot, and tells you to pose. Thanks for listening to Eerie Echoes. If you liked the first dive into America's darker stories, subscribe, share it with a friend, and stick around because next time we're heading into another case that's even stranger. Until then, keep your eyes low and your eyes open.